8:42 p.m. We're back in open session. Give everyone a second to take your seats. We had these fine ladies right here that wanted to talk about the insurance issues. Did you want to come to the floor real quick? And I'm going to give you guys no more than 5 minutes, if that's okay. Okay.
We want to be fair, so we certainly don't want to speak out of turn. This is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much for letting us speak to you all. A lot of the concerns and some of the things that you were discussing when you were talking about the healthcare options are things that Baptist has spent the last 3 years trying to figure out. And we really, truly believe we've come up with a solution, and it very much hits all of the needs that you all have. We have a very robust wellness program where RNs actually go out into the field and physically start touching those people that really need to be held accountable, but need education along the way to help them get their health under control. And then we decided to overlap that with an on-site clinic, very much of what Ms. Tudyk was describing. The on-site clinic, the beauty of it is we roll in the premiums. For a district your size, for a 40-hour on-site clinic would be about $7 per employee in their premium. That's less than they pay right now for a copay. They would not pay any copays when they went into the clinic. Your students could also access it if you chose to. What we've been able to do with that is all of the athletic different things that are what we're using for SAIC. So your athletes can come in there for their student physicals, they can come in for return to play, they can come in for concussions. Anything you would possibly need, it would also be utilized for that. With your employees, they can bring their spouses, they can bring their children. We can do immunizations. We can do well women visits, which we found in one of our clients, Lancer, 60% of their women had not had a well women visit in 11 years. We can do everything in that clinic with the exception of a minor surgery. And most importantly, it's your chronic care management is what we can do in this clinic. So that's where we've seen the big difference with most of our clients. 4 out of our 7 clients had a reduction in their premium for the first time ever this year. And that's why we believe it's truly a solution. As well as we're doing the DOT screenings, so those are free for your bus drivers. We're doing on-site, we're doing occupational medicine, so you no longer have to send that out. There's no cost to that whatsoever, and your workman's comp. Your return to work is also done in the on-site clinic. So those are some of the benefits, but more importantly, we worked very closely with the PBM to be able to reduce your overall pharmacy cost. So for the 38 people you're talking about that had the highest claims, where those are pharmacy related, we've already worked with the PBM that we're working with to get any of those drugs that fall outside of, that are called a specialty drug, we're getting them for manufacturing cost. And for your standard chronic disease drugs that can go generic, they're going to be free for the first year. So really trying to reduce the pharmacy cost, and we feel like right there we could save you all over $1 million. And then with our network that Baptist has, we have 2,400 doctors in our network. There's 4,000 in the city of San Antonio. So 2,400 is about 64% of the doctors in San Antonio population you would have access to include Gonzaga in our network and university. So there's no specialty that would be left that you couldn't access or utilize for any of your employees. Most importantly, what we feel like we've created is a solution for your employees to have immediate access, right time, right place, at right price. They don't ever have to leave your campus to be able to see a practitioner to be able to take care of whatever their needs are, and then be able to be navigated to a specialist if they need it, and be navigated within 48 hours. So they don't have any kind of delay in care. And currently right now, that's what the Baptist healthcare system is offering. And like I said, we've had great success with our clients this past year, having the reduction in premiums, and we feel confident that we can do the same thing for Harlandale ISD. I talk fast.
We can ask questions. They were under the citizens to be heard, so we can only hear the presentation, Mr. Chairman.
So we thank you so much, very, very well noted, and putting you here.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing us. I appreciate it.
Okay, moving on to the agenda. Okay, so we're going to go back real quick from item number yeah, we're back in open session. Yeah, so it's 7B? Yes, there is. 7, individual item 7B, discuss board members' duties, roles, and responsibilities. Mr. Margot, do you have some comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair, what I shared with you is, of course, my conversation from Deputy Commissioner A.J. Bill, that again highly recommended to Martin ISD Board of Trustees and Superintendent to attend the Lone Star Board Governance meeting held in Region 20 on November the 11th and 12th. Again, and I just want to share that with the board. Of course, we also talked about the team building schedule for November the 2nd that we plan to do at PDCA Central Office from 4:30 to 7:30, but I wanted to share those items.
Mr. Margot, do you know whether or not there is another session coming up other than the November session for that?
No, sir. He talked to me about the one on November 11th and 12th, because that one happens to be, that training is here at Region 20, at the Education Service Center here in San Antonio. So it would mean we wouldn't have to commute or drive. I know they have different sessions throughout the state of Texas, but this one was scheduled, there was one this June in Region 20, and this is the second one for November 11th, 12th, but I can follow up with him tomorrow.
Yeah, my issue, sir, is he asked us to attend this meeting in less than a month and commit a whole weekend for this training. So I'm sure there's training down the line, especially when we start with the team building, which is 3 hours. There's other things that we're also focusing on, which is our audit, which is kind of touches a little bit on what the Lone Star governance is. It's about reviewing your curriculum and setting standards and goals and outcomes, Ms. Gagos. So I think that audit is going to help us with that piece. And then another thing that Mr. Mendoza had mentioned to us in the past about maybe doing a board evaluation. That's also another type training for us that we do together, and that's through TASB as well. And he had mentioned it in the past. And I went to one of the sessions there at the conference last week, and I think that's actually a pretty good idea. So I think there's a lot of things going on. There were initiatives that we're taking, and then to add 2 more days, full days, with less than a month notice, I think that's unfair on TEA to ask of us. I think if something's in the spring, that's something I think, at least me personally, this is just me personally speaking, that's something I'll be more open to it, but giving us less than a month and asking us to be there when we have all these other commitments and initiatives going on in the district is unfair, to be honest. Thank you.
Mr. Tobler, we have to attend this weekend training, the entire board plus the superintendent, okay? And if any one of us is not there, then nobody gets any credit, okay? So the question I have real quick is, are we allowed to take a poll real quick and to see if we're able to all go to the meeting, or do we have to just vote and that's it?
Well, I just want to make sure that we're talking about the team building aspect of this.
We're talking about the weekend TEA retreat, Lone Star Government retreat.
Okay, I don't know, I haven't seen that far, I don't know exactly what they're requiring of it. It's going to be a vote whether you're going to attend as a body or not. And the vote's going to fail or pass.
So I guess, but for all practicality purposes, even if it carries, if we have one person who has a prior engagement, say a wedding to go to or something like that, then nobody gets any credit. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, so what would be the purpose?
I think it's imperative. Of course, optimally, you all should attend as a board and a superintendent and make every effort to have that occur. And if it doesn't, I mean, we deal with TEA, talk to it, and perhaps take some credit, I don't know. But if the conversation with TEA was that you all attend as a board, 7+1, that's what needs to be done.
I think it's a great idea. It's something that I would love to do, especially given what's going on right now. But real quick with my board, is there at least one person who cannot make that meeting?
Like I commented to you earlier, Mr. Gasalina, and I'm on the record, it's unfair of TEA to ask us less than a month to commit a whole weekend. And we should have team building, we have other initiatives going on, other things that we're trying to prioritize as far as to move the district forward. And I'm familiar with the Lone Star governance. I think our audit, our curriculum audit, or audit depending which direction the curriculum committee goes into, is going to kind of touch on that a little bit as far as setting goals and reevaluating what we're doing. The evaluation for board members like Mr. Mr. Mendoza mentioned, I think that's also going to assist us with that. And again, we're doing our team building. I'm open for it in the spring, but for them to give us less than a month to commit a whole weekend is unfair to them, and that's for the record. So yes, sir, I will not be attending that meeting in less than 3 weeks. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
I myself, I really would love to get to this meeting, but I do have other plans that have been scheduled in for that timeframe. November's a very tough month to do it on, I mean, especially with holidays, and a lot of other things that are in the way, especially things that we are doing on the board to kind of meet. So, I myself will not be here, but if there is other dates, definitely I'll be happy to.
I think I had Mr. Mendoza.
Mr. Chair, first of all, David, I respect what you say, but my personal opinion on this is that we wouldn't be in this predicament if we would have agreed to a team building early on. This has been going on, I don't know, when the first time you asked. And there's always been a conflict. I can't do it this day, I can't do it that day. I understand everybody has things to do, but we could have come to an agreement somewhere down the line, and we haven't. And I think this is why we're having to take this class that they're pretty much making us go take, which I think that we pretty much put ourselves in this position. So we have to make an effort, and I understand you have things on the wherever, and David, you know, but we have to make an effort to do something, because like I said, we put ourselves in this position. Now we need to do, you know, we need to comply with what they're asking. I understand that 3 weeks is short notice, but like I said, again, we put ourselves in this position.
I do agree that we have to put an initiative and try it, but in these cases, I mean, if you're asking for me to change a plan that I have already scheduled, and it's something I can't unschedule, it's gonna make it even harder. And then the only thing is that it is needed, and this is, you're speaking about having a team building. Team building was brought up once in August. That was all that has been brought up since then until just recently. So again, in November, you were getting another notice to do a team building. And yes, it's two attempts to do a team building. But again, we still need to do that team building.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. I guess in going with that, when and where the next Lone Star Governance Workshop scheduled, from just looking on the website, institutions that have an interest in attending one of the upcoming sessions or seeking specific dates can email Melissa Huffmaster, the TA Governance Division, and Melissa.Huffmaster at TA.texas.gov. So I'm assuming that, I know that idea was for us to go to Region 20. Perhaps we can maybe schedule something at a later date where everyone can be able to participate. That might make it a little bit more feasible. So, I mean, I'm reading it from the facts. It could be another approach that they're asking us to go about it, but that's something that might be able to kind of release some of the issues that some others, or the concerns that others have, in order to kind of maybe meet this specific, not necessarily task, but something that could benefit us in the long term.
Okay, I'm sorry. So here on the flyer, it actually says October 13th, 14th, November 11th and 12th, January the 5th and the 6th, May 4th and 5th. Yes, let's get you a copy. So can we, yeah, so can we make what if I make a motion that we look into dates in January or May? 5th and the 6th of January? Does anybody have a contact with the 5th and 6th of January? Mr. Dev? Mr. Booty's got a contact?
I think the 5th and the 6th might be feasible. God will know into May 5th, 4th and 5th, but That gives us at least 2 months to look into our calendars to make sure everything's set. Friday and Saturday rather than the whole weekend, definitely much better than 3 weeks from now. So I think, like I said, I wasn't against it, just the timing more so.
And it was some short time. Mr. Mendoza and Mr. Mantra, any comments?
Looking at the boss.
Mr. Mendoza, are you open? I'm going to make a motion then that we attend the January the 5th and 6th, 2018 Lone Star Governance session at ES 20, Region 20. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm going to take a
I have
moment.
a discussion though.
Yes, sir.
So Ms. Gallegos, so I don't know how our audit's how that's gonna come into play with, I'm sure you're familiar with Lone Star Governance, so. Well, yes, but we need the audit first tied into the governance, so I'm gonna vote yes, but I wanna put an asterisk on it, because if the audit's gonna help us, then maybe we should push it to it, which I really don't. Or, like what you just read, we can schedule it ourselves. Because a lot of the Lone Star Governance setting goals and outcomes and all that, which what the audit is supposed to help us do, so, I don't know. Because if we go through the Lone Star, we're doing it based on what we know. Yeah, rather than having the assistant of this audit to guide us, I think, which would be very helpful before we do the Lone Star Governance. Your thoughts, Ms. Gables?
So the question is, because there was not a true, clear direction of exactly what type of audit was wanted by the board. Because we talked about curriculum audit, then we talked about personnel audit, then we talked about department audit. So if I get clear direction from the board as far as what type of audit we want, we can move forward, but I can also contact Colleen and then the one that you sent me and find out exactly what they actually cover.
Yeah, because I know, if you recall, we brought it up last year at the curriculum, which I wanted to wait a year until we get familiarized with that Region 20 program. So as far as my perspective, it was more of a curriculum audit. That's kind of what they did in that one that I text you. So, but I think Mr. Moreno's was a little bit different, and I think your comments were a little bit different as well. But what initially started this conversation last year was a curriculum audit, if you recall.
So if the board will give me the opportunity to contact both these districts and actually find out and define what their audits entail, then I can share that, then I'll seek more clarification from which direction the board wants to go.
Mr. President.
I don't mind the asterisk. I think that's important because that's going to guide us with the Lone Star Governance.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. The board needs to conduct its team building on an annual basis.
Yes.
It's my understanding that hasn't been done this year yet.
Yeah, we decided November 2nd.
That's the second motion.
I
So,
want to make sure we're doing that independent as well.
so real quick, we had a motion and a second that we were going to attend the January 5th and 6th, 2008 Lone Star Governance at Region 20. All those in favor, support, say aye.
One more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
David, were you gonna do it in a minute? You said you were gonna put an amendment to it?
I didn't really make the amendment. I don't think we're gonna be ready by January. Can we look into, you said that we can schedule our own with them, right?
Mr. Chair, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what Mr. AJ Bill asked me to do, was contact him Tuesday, during Wednesday, to let him know what the direction from the board was, about his recommendation, that he highly recommended us to go on the November 11th and 12th, but I'll share with him some of the board's concern, and the idea that some of the things that we have, the rationale behind some of the things that are going on. And again, I'm gonna invite Mr. Casada to be part of that whole conversation, that when I call him, and then ask him if we can consider some of those other options, because of some of the things, initiatives that we have going on within the district on some audit, curriculum audit and so forth, and see what he tells me, and then I'll come back.
So I guess we're looking for January 5th and 6th, but tentatively, but make them aware that we're looking into these curriculum audits that could assist us when we actually do the Lone Star governance. And then we can always come back next month and make adjustments if we have to. Is that fair enough?
Okay, so we have the motion, we have the second with some clarification from Mr. Booty. Can I take a vote? All those in favor of the motion?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
So you need to amend it, and then we need a second to it.
Okay.
David?
I think we're leaving it on the 5th and 6th, and if it has to be changed, Mr. Monaga will come back and we'll make the adjustment then.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have it now for the 5th and 6th. We may or may not come back here to change it or something. But as of this point right now, we're voting to attend as a team, but it has to be unanimous and everyone has to go together, or not, nobody gets any credit for the January 5th and 6th, 2008 Lone Star governance. All those in favor? The motion carries unanimous. Thank you, guys. One more motion to piggyback on that is, I'm going to make a motion that we conduct our team building on November 2nd, which is a Tuesday. We will start, which is a Thursday, and we will be starting at 4:30, ending at 7:30 at the central office, PDC room. Again, everyone needs to be there. It has to be a 100% attendance, or we will not get credit. It's a 3-hour course. I have the motion. Do I get a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor? The motion carries unanimously. Thank you, guys. Now we have some more closed session items. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Hang it. The board will discuss the recommended personnel report, TGC 551.074. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to approve the recommended regular personnel report as discussed in closed session.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Mr. Chair.
I had a second from Mr. Moreno, I believe. Sorry.